Hey beautifuls, happy Sunday. I think this is how it's gonna go. I think on Saturdays I will post blog commentary. And then on Sundays I will post like a general message that's on my spirit that I feel like I need to get out. And yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. So to my subscribers who want to know when I will be here, Saturdays and Sundays, I will try to post my videos in the early day before 4 because other YouTube creators that I respect and that I watch myself come on Saturdays sometimes, and I want to catch their lives or see their videos. So anyhow, that's where I'm at. That's where I am at with my content, and I think I'm 2 weekends in, so that's I feel accomplished. I feel like we got like a routine going, and I fucking like routines. I'm actually good with routines. But anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday. I wanted to talk about a couple of things. I wanted to talk about collective consciousness, explain what it is, how it works, and how it is affecting Black women. I wanted to talk about divesting quietly, and I wanted to talk about Black femicide and why it will be increasing because of the collective consciousness of the people who are killing Black women. So let's get to talking. So let me describe what collective consciousness is. So collective consciousness is a level of consciousness that everybody on so all right, let's go back. So everybody is operating on some kind of frequency, whether it be high, whether it be low. You usually know what kind of frequency you are operating in based on where you are, right? Where you are as far as your emotional place, right? So some of the lower frequencies is going to be fear, hate, anger, grief, so that is some of the lower consciousness, right? So everybody that operates in that kind of space, right? Everybody that's operating in fear, anger, hate are all going to be operating in that level of consciousness together, right? And then higher levels of consciousness is going to be love, happiness, joy, gratitude, right? And everybody that's operating in that level of consciousness will be in that collective consciousness, right? And remember when I said a couple of weeks ago that what did I say? Okay. I was saying in 2016-ish, 2014, 15, 16, 2014, 15, and 16, you got that little alarm ringing in your head, and your fucking ears was ringing like, wait a minute, do these niggas even like us? You started to look around like, wait a minute, do these niggas even like us? Right? And then you find out years later, Black women was writing fucking books in 2016 telling us that these niggas didn't like us. And that's why the fuck my ears was ringing, right? Because you were tapped into that level of consciousness that those women were on. You were tapped into that level of consciousness that these YouTubers that had been here for a little while had been on. And you had, you were kind of tapped in, right? And that's how collective consciousness works, right? So when we are talking about the people who are unaliving Black women, Y'all want to say who they are? But anyway, when we're talking about black femicide and we're talking about people who are unaliving black women, they are all at the same collective consciousness. So this is what is happening at the same time. So you got, as I said, go back and watch my videos about manosphere, black, red pill guys, and why black women should not even date red pill white males. And the reason is because they operate at the same frequency, at the same level of hate that hateful black males operate in, right? They all operate in the same self-loathing, hating, hate, anger, grief. They all operate in that same level of consciousness. So even though they're white males, they still are fucking low level, demonic entities, even though they're white. That should be happening, right? So, anyway, so in 2016, you heard that ringing in your ears, right? You wasn't even on YouTube, because I wasn't on YouTube, in 2016. I was a younger woman in 2016. I was, living my little 2016, I was in my mid-20s. I was living my little wild and, in the city life, But I heard that ringing in my ears, right? The alarm had been set, so, the ladies was on YouTube and they was setting the alarm, and if I was tapped into that kind of energy, I heard my ears ringing. Well, if black males, even though they may not be on YouTube, right? And most of them are not. Like, these are really educated lames that's like really on YouTube all day. They don't really work. They don't really work, and they don't really, do anything with themselves all day long. They just, in their mom's basement eating Cheetos. I mean, that's the real thing. I know that shit sound funny and y'all think I'm joking, but I'm telling you, it's the men that are on YouTube all day long that be coming over here, commenting over here, and be on the other ladies' YouTube lives fucking screaming. Those guys are in their mom's basement all day long, fucking eating Cheetos all day, right? But like they come on there and they say, they be like, "Oh, not all black men are like this," and that's true. The majority of black men are not on YouTube listening to that bullshit, but they all operate in the same level of consciousness. So even though they aren't watching it, they still getting that ringing in their ears. They're still getting that ringing in their ears of the collective consciousness, the ability to be aware. And that consciousness is allowing them to tap into those, because black males as a collective are low vibrating, because they exist in self-loathing. They exist in self-hate, right? So most of them are existing in a self-hateful frequency, right? And that's where this fucking manosphere shit is fucking bred in hate. It's bred in hate, unlike the initial women that came on this space initially. They came on this space out of love, right? Because to come in this space as a black woman, as a BWE content creator back then, and then start talking about divesting and start talking about the black women who really came here. This was their intent. They came here and they were talking about BWE, right? They were talking about leveling up, right? They were talking about some ladies were talking about colorism. Some ladies was talking about divestment. But when they all came here on a frequency of love for black women, right? Their true intent, although some of them have changed, their true intent was to be loving. They came here in a loving manner, in a way of being loving and caring for black women. So all black women that was existing in the space of love at this time, their ears started ringing. Like, oh shit, like, message is out, right? The same thing is happening with black males, but they are existing in a lower level. They're existing in self-loathing, right? Black males hate themselves, right? So they all existing in hate, and even though they're not on YouTube, this alarm is ringing in their ears to harm you because the red pill is sending it out. This is fucking demonic energy. I know that it sounds like a reach, but these are true fucking demons we're dealing with, right? And that's why I came here. I came here to combat the spiritual aspect of this, right? Because, you know, I want to come on here and roast, you know, apes and have a good time. Like most black women, like all of us, we want to come on here and we want to, you know, basically give them what they gave us. But underneath of it is really a spiritual war that black males are declaring on black women, and the black males are all tapping into it. They all get it. They all are hearing it, and they are all reacting to it. They are all it's like a fucking call to action, and the action is to harm black women. And they all hear it, and they all are tapping into it because they all exist in a place of self-loathing. They all exist in a lower vibration, in a lower consciousness. They all hear, all of their ears are ringing, right? That's your boyfriend. If you are not divested, if you know, my fence-sitting sisters, you wondering why this nigga so fucking hateful, because you know he don't even listen to fucking, you know, red pill content, because he be busy at the fucking Taco Bell working double shifts. So, you know, he's not even listening to that kind of, you know, shit. But for some reason, he's still hateful as fuck. And the reason why is because the alarm's been set. The alarm's been set. War on your ass. Okay? War on your ass, baby sis. You know, that's that. You know, it's no way to turn it back anymore, right? I know that we, you know, to my sisters here who are further divested, right? Who's been here a little while longer, and we don't really identify with some of the like, I guess, like pop culture or entertainment culture. We're not really into that at all. But to my daughters here, I'm gonna give you an example. Beyonce, right? Now, my daughter, as you guys know, is 19 years old. She likes Beyonce. She willing to go to war with Beyonce. I, my own self, appreciate Beyonce, right? But my daughter, you know, she'll go to war. Okay, let me be honest. I'll go to war. To my further divested sisters, you know, I know you guys don't want to hear that, but listen, I will fight over Beyonce knows, you know. But anyway, an example of the hate that is being spewed is the hate for Beyonce from black males, right? And black males have no reason to hate Beyonce. She did everything right? She did everything they said do. She waited to have a baby, you know. She waited to have a baby. She got married. Then she had babies. She gave him all the babies. He cheated on her. She stayed. She's protected his image as a man, even though he was a piece of shit who cheated on her. Like, Beyonce is really the quintessential good black woman. She the right color. She got the right body. She did not start making music that was openly sexual until after she got married. Like, Beyonce really did all the things that the fucking, those guys said to do, right? And they still hate her. And they hate her because even though it's some arguments in divestment spaces that she is not a black woman, Beyonce presents as a black woman, and you know, it's no way to deny that. Like, Beyonce presents as a black woman. The whole world sees her as a black woman, including black males. And they fucking hate her. Even though she did everything right. Another one, Nicki Minaj. She married down. Beyonce added some, at least added some coins to her pocket with this one. But Nicki Minaj, she looked past his felonies. She looked past his sexual abuse. She looked past a lot of his money issues, because she married down. She married somebody that did not have enough money, as much money as she did. She didn't have no babies out of wedlock. She got married, had a thon, love her thon, and love her man, and will go to war over him and his broke ass in comparison to her, right? And that's what the black male said, dude. They said, y'all supposed to make more than them. Y'all supposed to let them lead your household, and y'all are supposed to, and this is to my fences and sisters, of course, y'all supposed to let them lead the households. Y'all supposed to, make sure y'all suck dick on a handstand. Nicki Minaj, she let y'all know that. That's what the fuck she does. And if you do all that right, they're gonna love you, but they hate Nicki Minaj. So at this point, as some of my sisters have been around here saying, the math just ain't mathing. They gonna hate your ass. They gonna hate your ass. They gonna hate your ass. And you have to know that even though he may not be red pill, and even though he may not be on this YouTube, he might not be in a basement eating Cheetos, he paid a cable bill, he go work his job at Taco Bell, but he's still hateful as fuck. It's because the alarm's already been set in his mind to be hateful towards you, and he is a ticking time bomb. He is a ticking time bomb, and that is about every black male you come across is a fucking ticking time bomb. And how you know this is because in the last week, one of them killed a streetwalker, right? So they don't like them. One of them bludgeoned the streetwalker to death, right? Over allegedly, word on the street is that she stole some money from him, right? So she got bludgeoned to death. And Miss Archduchess made a wonderful, wonderful video, talking about some of the esoterics of that fucking, that murder, right? And you definitely should go listen to that, because she really touched on some of the esoterics of it, and why these, it's like, she called it an ancient demon. Yeah, and I agree. But anyway, as Miss Archduchess said, he's fucking speared her. And then somebody cousin killed him and threw him in a dumpster. So you got killing streetwalkers, killing cousins. The week before that, a woman got murdered and the baby got tossed in the ocean. So that's killing streetwalkers, cousins, girlfriends, and daughters. Who else? Well, I don't know. Well, I know the last week, one of them killed their mothers. The mothers getting it. The mothers get it. So it's just another point to make about how hateful they are, and how they are all ticking fucking time bombs. And I am careful of them all. I know that my cousin's ticking time bombs, my brother ticking time bomb, my nephew, little hateful ass, he's that hate building up in him, and he only fucking 12. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That hate building in him already. He already told me that Megan ugly. What the fuck Megan do? My nephew already let me know that Megan Thee Stallion is ugly. He's only 12 years old. So she's ugly. So they don't like Megan. They don't like Nicki. They don't like Beyonce. And they didn't like Rihanna for a very, very long time. They talked about how much of a slut Rihanna was. And then remember that when Rihanna started dating out, then they really dragged her, right? I mean, they don't like black women. It's no way around it. It is no way around it. And And this is why the numbers, because the alarm has been set, I'm telling you, it's ringing in all the ears. All of them are a fucking ticking time bomb, and all of them have a ringing in the ears that is like, destroy you. And you need to get away from them as quickly as possible. I'm serious. I'm serious. And this is why the black femicide numbers will continue to increase, right? Because they're snapping at the smallest of things. Like the smallest of things. And this is why the message of the true intentions and the true spiritual aspects of this needs to spread amongst young women, because young women have no idea the war that they are in. I'm telling you, these babies have no idea. No, I make my daughter aware. I show her how they hate Beyonce, how they hate Nicki Minaj, and these are little seeds that I put in my daughter's mind so that when she comes across this kind of behavior from a black male, she knows to run fast. Run fucking fast. Right? And if you are a more mature black woman and you got some influence over your little cousins, over your nieces, over your your baby sisters, start dropping that. Start just dropping little seeds, because you don't want to really upset them too much, because they little mammies. Right? You don't want to become an enemy to them, right? Because they little mammies. But start dropping those small seeds about how how black males are just hateful as fuck, because they're ticking time bombs, and anything that these young women do is going to set them off and have them murder them. She's not going to be able to get anything right, and she's going to try her damnedest to get it right. And if you here listening to me, you can't get it right with them. If they hate Beyonce, they going to hate your ass. And that's a rule that I taught my daughter to live by. If they hate Beyonce, they going to hate you, or just automatically know that. Like, that's if Beyonce wasn't good enough, then they going to hate you. I have even told her that about women. And I told her that about women and girls, because unless you are more esoterically inclined, right? Or unless you are, just a mature woman who understands what, the dark side or the more wicked side of entertainment, right? And I'm not going to get into that here. I know everybody done watched all their Illuminati videos. Y'all already know. Right? But if that's not your reason for disliking Beyonce, and you're a black girl, what's your reason? Other than the fact you don't like black women? Because Beyonce represents black women. Like, really, what's your reason for not liking Beyonce? If you're a black man, she did everything right. She did everything they said to do right. And if you don't have like esoteric reasoning, or you're not, more spiritually inclined, or like if you're just like, the normal fucking 18-year-old black girl living, just living her life, what's your reason for not liking Beyonce other than that self-hatred for black women? So I tell my daughter to stay away from those kind of women, especially stay away from those kind of men. And I'm telling all of my daughters here listening, under 23-ish, if they don't like Beyonce, baby, they are not gonna like you. If you want to just use something simple to understand if somebody's gonna really rock with you, that's a good way. How they feel about Beyonce, right? But if you're under 23, baby, you got to get away from them. I'm telling you, just listen, they will fucking, you will be got for one false move, and you're going to be got. So do not give them second chances. My grandmother used to tell me, if he yells at you, he will hit you. And if he hits you, he will kill you. How many times he done yelled at you so far? So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about collective consciousness, and that's what I wanted to talk about with black femicide and how it's just gonna keep on rising. These males are just gonna keep on getting more and more hateful. They're gonna keep their ticking time bombs. They're building up this hate is festering in them, and at any moment, if you're around them and you set them off you're putting yourself in great danger. And that's why I wanted to talk about divesting quietly. Now, in these YouTube streets, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, if you have like anonymous accounts, and I mean like completely anonymous, and let me tell you how to make them. First of all, you need to start with email account, a false email account. Right? Do not connect it to any of your personal information. None of your personal information should be on it at all. Not where you're from, not the city that you live in. Don't write anything on this on this and this is for my babies, but I know y'all here because I be seeing y'all fucking pictures. Excuse me, I be seeing y'all fucking pictures in the fucking comments. Delete that fucking account right now and stop posting on that account. Delete that account right now and stop fucking posting on that fucking account and take your whole fucking name off. Okay? Do what I'm saying right now while we talking. Go and make a fake email account with like some kind of anonymous name, and don't attach it to anything that is about you personally. Put that you are from fucking Guam, and that you put your age, a totally different age, and a whole totally different millennium. So if you're 23, put your shit for 43. If you're 43, put your shit at 23. And then use that email. Go and find you a nice representative of you as a fucking cartoon, and use that email to make you a Twitter. Use that email to make you a Facebook. Use that email to make you a Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, however you want to talk your shit online, right? And this is what we're talking about when we're talking about black women setting an alarm. When I'm telling black women to speak up, tell your truth, use these kind of emails on social media to tell your truth. No one knows who the fuck you are, right? Talk your shit. And that's how, and that's also freeing your spirit and freeing your soul, If you're able to talk your shit, get some work out of that. If you really, want to talk, you can talk and do some fucking throat chakra work. But if not, you can post whatever you want to about your divestment journey, whatever you want to about your fleeing Blackistan, but always post online very anonymously. Use as little information that can pin you down as possible. And talk your shit in that way. Divest as loudly as you want. Flee Blackistan as loudly as you want, anonymously. Be like, fuck them niggas as loudly as you want. Put your middle finger up, as loudly as you like, anonymously online. But in real life, you must divest very quietly. Very, very, very quietly. Black women who are fleeing Blackistan are going to be the best of black women, because these are going to be black women who truly love themselves. And even and me personally, I don't like when people say negative things about black women's physical appearance. As far as I'm concerned, and I mean it. I've never seen an ugly black woman. I've seen a beat down black woman. I've seen a drugged out black woman. I've seen a tore down black woman that Blackistan tore the fuck up. But I never saw a fucking ugly black woman. And if you have some issues about your physical appearance, because I know that one of the reasons that black women are afraid to flee Blackistan, because we are straight, or we are male leaning in our attractions, and black males have beat over our heads that we are not attractive anywhere else. that no one else will be attracted to us because we are black, our hair nappy, we're fat, and we're ugly. Right? And that's, they come up in my comments all the time saying it. They don't know how the fuck I look. Never saw me. I never even mentioned anything about my physical appearance. I could really be back here looking like a fucking preference that they all fucking like, with long, flowing, straight fucking hair, and whatever. But I could be a preference, but they come over here and they say the things that they say to black women to tear us down. And they have done this for fucking years, right? For fucking decades. And black women get afraid to leave. But I'm telling you, once the stain of Blackistan is off of you, right? Once the stain of Blackistan is off of you, my last relationship with black male, it ended in 2019. That was my last time being with a black man, my last time sleeping with one. And I'm telling you, within 2 months after leaving that relationship, I lost 20 pounds. The stain of Blackistan is going to fall off of you as you leave it. Okay? And you're going to begin to flourish as a woman. When you don't have to be so hard up, when you don't have to be so fucking rough, when you're not fucking stuffing your fucking face to feel better, that stain of Blackistan begins to leave you. And these will be the best of black women leaving, right? These are the black women that are beginning to take care of themselves, right? Remember 2016, your fucking ears was ringing about taking care of yourself. These are black women that's going to be taking care of themselves physically. These are black women that's going to be fucking growing their edges. There's no reason to wear no fucking wigs anymore. Because you wore the fucking wigs to fucking impress apes any fucking way. So, your edges are growing in. You got a little bit of money in your pockets because Tyrone is the fuck up out of your house, and then you got some money for some fucking makeup and some fucking, go get your fucking nails done. Get you some makeup, get you some smell goods, because you're not taking care of his ass no more. You're just gonna begin to flourish as a woman, as you flee Blackistan, as you begin to crone, as you begin to walk into your divinity. And these are going to be the blessed black women. You're going to be going back to school. You're going to be taking care of yourself physically. You're going to be leaving out the house looking like you look like something. You're going to be taking that motherfucking bonnet off that you used to wear all the fucking time. And you're just going to be taking care of yourself. You're not going to be feeling so beat down by Blackistan. And, contrary to what black men say about, croning black women, right? That they ain't want us anyway, because we was all, black as shit. Ugly, tall, fat. That's it. If you one of those four and you got nappy hair, those apes said you was not shit and to go about your fucking business. And then once you did go about your fucking business, now they realize that that's the best of black women, and that's why you have to divest quietly. That's why you have to divest quietly. And if you're young in your divestment, you may be screaming it from rooftops. You're telling everybody, like, I don't deal with black men no more. Fuck y'all. Fuck the whole community. Fuck Big Mama. She wasn't shit. Fuck Aunt Andrea. That bitch was not shit. I remember, her fucking husband touching me. You're wilding out, right? And, you're putting yourself in a lot of danger. Just leave. Just leave. Start saving your money quietly. Tyrone working at Taco Bell. He taking care of the phone bill. The money that you would have put on the phone bill, start putting it in your pocketbook so that you can get out of there fast, in a hurry. And it has to be in one swift move. One swift move. You gotta physically, because leaving Blackistan in your mind takes a while. And it's been going on for you for years, right? But physically leaving, it has to be done in I'm talking about in 3 seconds. You got to be out in 3 seconds. If you're not out in 3 seconds, you're putting yourself in a very harmful situation. A very, very, very harmful situation. So you want to divest quietly. No one has to know what you're doing. No one has to know how your mind is changing. I know it kills you to, sit in those same spaces with those same fucking brain dead people and not talk your shit, right? But again, it's too risky. They're unhinged. They're unhinged. And I say it everywhere. They are truly fucking unhinged. And it's too dangerous for you to tell people that you are leaving. It's like an abusive relationship. You're in an abusive relationship. And once you tell the guy that you're leaving, he tries to fucking kill you. He tries to fucking harm you as you packing up your shit. So all your shit gotta be packed. As a matter of fact, if you really gotta leave in like a fucking thief in the night, fuck that shit. Because you don't dress like that anymore. You don't wear that same fucking clothes. And if you were a heavier woman, or if you were thicker than you wanted to be, you about to start losing weight, you don't need them fucking clothes. Leave that shit and just get the fuck out of there. Okay? With the quickness. I'm talking about overnight, baby. You need to be moving quickly and quietly, okay? So, although no one is ashamed of divesting, because this movement, it does need to be loud. It does need to be Black women need to be very, very, very vocal about how we don't approve of the things that the ways that Black males in the Black community has treated us, and the ways that they display us, and the treatment that they have bestowed upon us. We don't appreciate it. That Tina knows documentary Fallout, that Black women, that was a fucking major punch. And if you go on there and you read those comments, I'm telling you, all those women avatars, just like us. Just like us. All those women that's commenting talking they shit out loud for everyone to hear. Talking they shit loud for everybody to hear, for the whole world to see that pushback from Black women. Now that's divesting loudly. That's letting the world know that you're too good for them loudly. And they know it's us. I mean, I remember when people are commenting saying that the most of the divested Black women are not ADOS or not African American women. I say, bitch, yes we are. Yes we are. Actually, yes the fuck we are. Yeah, it's us, bitch. It's your cousins, yeah, your sisters, yep, it's us. Yeah, remember when you could call and you could borrow $50 from your sister, she don't never got it no more? Yeah, that's us. Just like when niggas was causing us harms and y'all didn't do anything about it. You didn't do a fucking thing about it. Yeah, it's us. We remember that shit. We remember how Blackistan treated us. That shit is us. That's African American women. You go on those fucking comments, you read those fucking comments, that's African American women lingo. That's us. When you come on YouTube and you hear divested content and you hear those women, those are African American women. Okay? And I'll be the voice of, not only is us, it's in some cases, it's African American women who grew up in the ghetto. Yeah. It's us, bitch. So you know. Okay? Yeah, it's us. So anyway, you go and you talk your shit like just now how I did. See, nobody knows my name. You go and you talk your shit in that way, but as you divest in real life, you are divesting very quietly because your life is on the line. And when those other YouTube creators, and they say, oh, divested Black women are putting a target on our back. Oh God, you're divesting too quietly. Can you please leave quietly, right? Sorry. But can you please divest quietly? Can you leave quietly and not set the bitch on fire? No, because when black males decided to set the house on fire, they left us in it. And we ran out the house, and not only did we run out the house, we ran out the house kicking and screaming. So yelling and setting the alarm. I'm sorry. We ran out the house yelling and setting the alarm. That's what divested black women are doing. Leaving out the burning house of Blackistan and yelling and setting the alarm on our way out. No, we're not going to be quiet. Sorry, we're not going to divest quietly. We're not going to divest quietly. You know, if you're smart, if you want divested black women to stop seeing apes, gorillas, I don't know, fucking bullet bags, dusties, niggles, niggle bums, nignogs is my all-time favorite. If you want us to stop using those terms because it makes you feel uncomfortable around the black men who already hate you, they already hate you, baby. They already hate you. They've been hating you for a very long time. Very long time, baby. I'm telling you, my nephew, 12 years old, he already, that hate already seeping in him, okay? So, you know, they already hated you. We just not gonna let them hate us quietly. We just not gonna let them hate us quietly. It's divested and croning and divine black women. We're just not gonna let them hate us quietly. And, you know, to my sisters here that are still on their way out, it's you that they really want. I'm telling you, it's you that they really want to harm. So you need to divest as quietly as possible. The thing about divested women, or the thing about croning women, you know how the crone live? For those of you who don't know, the crone lives up on a fucking hill all alone. When you're looking for the crone, you have to go into the woods and seek her. She lives all alone. Okay? No one can come and harm the crone because no one knows where to find her. You have to risk your life to find her. You have to go deep inside of the woods and find this woman, this mystical creature. And that's who the fuck you need to be. You need to be a mystical creature. And that's how quiet your divestment needs to be. When you divest, your family needs to be like, does anybody know how to get in contact with Keisha? Does anybody know how to find Keisha? I remember when my daughter went to college, I have one daughter and one cousin, two cousins that I'm very, very, very fond of. And those are the only three people that are not on my do not disturb list. If anybody wants to really get in contact with me and they can't find me, they have to call one of those three. They have to like funnel their conversation through them. They call me and they say, "Hey, Preem, do you know Aunt Dot was looking for you?" That's how you have to be. That's a crone. You have to be very, very hard to get in contact with. Very, 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 very hard to get in contact with. People need to be like, "What the fuck happened to Keisha? Anybody seen her? Anybody know how to get in contact with Keisha? Y'all heard from her?" Like, yeah, that need to be you. You the cousin that didn't show up no more. That stopped showing up. You don't go to none of the family functions no more. No, that shit is way too dangerous. After last week, and that guy killed his cousin and put her inside of the, in a trash can that she let him live with her, and he killed her and put her inside the dumpster. No, you hear me? Absolutely not. You don't go to no fucking family. You don't go to no more family gatherings. If you're feeling really sorry for them, and I think, and I really feel like money is the least of things that I can give somebody. Like, really, you know, it's the least of things that I can give somebody. I don't have no fucking time to give nobody. I don't have no fucking conversation. If somebody call me in my family and I got a soft spot for them, listen, take your ass to the nearest Walmart. Send that money Walmart to Walmart. Okay? Send that money by fucking Western Union. If you got a cash app, you don't mind using that, send the money by cash app. Don't let nobody come over. Don't let nobody know where you live at. Nobody has to know where you live at. Cause it's no reason for cousin Pookie to know where you live at. Don't know. He don't need to know. If you got a soft spot for him, sometimes, sometimes he calling, you want to, go see about him. You need to remember that fucking girl that got put in a dumpster by her cousin Pookie. Ticking fucking time bombs, every single one of them. Ticking time bombs. So, I'm at my 45-minute mark. 45 minutes to an hour, because I know that, I know that, we've been trained to have a very, very short attention span. See, I can listen, I like background noise. So I can listen to a video for a fucking 4-hour video and just have it playing in my house. I'll just let it play, and, I'll do what I gotta do for 4 hours. I'm doing housework and, washing clothes and shit, and it's just playing. So, I advise you guys to play my videos like that, because I know that 45 minutes is a bit. But yeah, 45 minutes to an hour. I try to keep them as short as possible. But that's what I got. That's what I got today. The collective consciousness of black males is in hate. They are operating in hate, and their hate is towards you. And they are going to be ticking time bombs. Anything can set them off. And once they are set off, you're as good as dead. The black femicide numbers are only going to go up, because black women, they're staying, another video on my past, your connection to a cursed thing curses you. They are staying connected to cursed males. Cursed males. It's only going to go up. It's only going to go up. You're not going to be able to speak love into them. You're not going to be able to speak life into them. It does not happen that way. It doesn't happen that way. So, just, divest quietly. In your real life, divest quietly, baby. Just, get on out of there as quickly and as quietly as you can. And I did advise, black women who were, in a lower socioeconomic place, space, that there are poor white people, and it's poor white neighborhoods, and it's poor rural neighborhoods that are gonna be safer than fucking Blackistan. And if shit hit the fan, you're gonna be safer in those spaces than you're gonna be in Blackistan. Especially as a single black woman. I mean, so really, the thought of shit hitting the fan, the thought of shit hitting the fan, I mean, really, it like fucks me up, because I really know how fucked up black women are gonna be when it happens, and it's gonna happen. And I just want, if you're listening to me, if if your ears started ringing, about, if your ears was not ringing in 2016, 2015, 16, 17, your ears set on fire when the fucking coronavirus hit. When the coronavirus hit and black males' venom for black women started spreading like wildfire, and black women were stuck at home with them being abused by black males happy to see them, happy to see black women in bad spaces. If your alarm didn't go off in 2016, I know it went off once the coronavirus hit. And just listen to your gut. It's time to get away from them. If you're here listening to me, you know that it's time to get away from them. It's time. So start making your plan to exit as soon as possible. Divest quietly. If you want to express yourself, I told you the best way to do so. And get the fuck out of there. I love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Talk to you next time.